February the 12th, 2021 was the official birth of one of the most fun VR games to date. Watch to the end to find out how Gorilla Tag developed from the very beginning. Some of you may not know this, but Gorilla Tag was supposed to be a whole different game at the very start. It went through a lot of changes, and you might not even recognise the first version. It all starts on January the 26th, 2020, when the developer, also known as Lemming VR, posted a video to Reddit asking, "What if you were really strong and had no legs?" In the video, he's messing around with a gorilla, locomotion style, jumping between platforms, showing everyone the start of something new. On February the 3rd, Lemming posted another video to Reddit. This time you can see he made a little map. There are more platforms now as well as grass, but most importantly a new technique where you bounce from one wall to another until you get to the top. May the 26th, he posts a video to Twitter showing more game progress. Now the map is looking bigger. June the 15th, the developer releases a prototype Capture the Flag build to the public. Unfortunately, the new game mode was very janky and not fun, so he decided to get rid of it. Somebody asked if he can add some variation of dodgeball into the game, and Lemming said that the issue with dodgeball is the throwing mechanic, and that he would rather do slingshot or a bow instead. June the 23rd, we get a new lobby, new turning methods, a few changes to the map, and some other small things. On July the 17th, Lemming posted a video to Twitter saying he had added fireballs to the game. He was worried it would feel overwhelming to move and throw at the same time, but in the end confirmed it feels pretty great. This game mode infinitely spawns enemies that rush you but can't hurt you. He also had a few other things planned, but decided to completely get rid of the fireballs. August the 4th. He adds a new tutorial area for the new players. Only 3 days later he cuts off our fingers, and now we only have 3 instead of 5. And the next day he adds a cave to the lobby. August the 29th, Lemming adds a scoreboard that shows the players, their colours, and what level they are. Yes, you heard me right, it displays levels. That's because a few days later, on September the 6th, he adds the ability to get XP. You would only get XP from tagging players. On September the 19th, we get a brand new 1v1 game mode, although it doesn't work anymore and there are no videos about it on YouTube. A week later, the developer adds body tagging. On November the 12th, the good old forest map that we all know and love was finally added to the game. It looks a little different to what we're used to. November the 23rd, the developer adds a new environment, a computer and a slide, as well as some minor fixes. At this point, he was getting ready to release the game on Steam and SideQuest. After several tweaks to the map, it was already January the 8th, 2021, and on this day he finally changed the player model from Space Robot Kyle to an actual gorilla. February the 1st, 2021, the official Gorilla Tag gameplay trailer was released, and 3 days later we get mute and report buttons. On February the 12th, Gorilla Tag was finally released on Steam, and within just 1 week already had 21,000 players. This update added a brand new cave map, a new code of conduct board, a ban system, and Lemming also replaced the branches leading up to the computer. March the 5th, we get a brand new area in the tree. This one leads us to a store full of interesting cosmetics like hats and glasses. Nobody was able to buy anything until March the 18th, when the DLC was released on Steam. On top of that, we got the new group tab, competitive queues, and push to talk. Surprisingly, we didn't get pranked on April Fools, and instead the developer added a casual queue, slippery walls, less aggressive AFK kicks, and more ways to report players. On April the 17th, we get a brand new map, also known as the Canyon. May the 2nd, Lemming adds new server locations, an indicator that shows number of people that got banned, an ability to mute everyone,
No. Don't you dare be muting.
and a new banana hat. A couple of days later, we get lava particles. June the 11th, the developer adds a message of the day board, ambient sounds, different sounds when hitting different surfaces, and particles to rock Gorilla. August the 2nd brings us music that plays in the forest every so often, and an admin badge that only Lemming gets. On August the 23rd, something changed Gorilla Tag forever.
BBV was born.
Soon after, there were thousands of videos of people seeing a ghost-like monkey in their game. This is around the time Gorilla Tag got a big boost in players, and a lot of them joined only to ghost hunt. September the 19th, we get a new city map, a place where you can buy cosmetics. You get 100 shiny rocks each day you log into the game, and you can purchase more in the ATM. People loved this map, and even managed to think of some creative mini-games to play here. October the 3rd, Lemming adds a temporary cosmetic shop, as well as a free hat for everyone. A little over a week later, he adds nighttime, to make the game creepier for Halloween. November the 1st, the fall update is here. The temporary shop is now gone. It's bright out again, and the forest map has now changed. It didn't take long for us to get fall cosmetics. In December, we got new Christmas cosmetics, snow, and a few Christmas decorations. A few days later, we get a new game mode called Hunt. This is around the time Gorilla Tag reached 1.5 million players. January the 10th, 2022, the canyon and cave changed a bit, and he removed the Christmas decoration. On January the 30th, Lemming adds new Valentine's Day cosmetics and a new song in the caves. This was around the time Daisy took over.
What is going on? I'm freaked up.
And tens of thousands of new people downloaded the game. Some even made their own ghost stories. February the 12th, Gorilla Tag turns 1 year old, and Lemming gives players free gifts. After a few days, the snow has melted, and we get another temporary store, this time with household objects. On March the 13th, we got a huge update. The developer adds a new mountain map with slippery walls you can ride on, and new spring cosmetics. 3 days later, we get a competitive obstacle course that upon completion unlocks the competitive queue. March the 20th, he adds the rest of the spring cosmetics, the ability to hold items in both hands, and some adjustments to the slippery surfaces. 4 days later, the whole game gets a performance update and the textures look a little different. March the 31st, Lemming adds a day and night cycle to the game. On April Fools, he adds these very creepy masks into the game, and nobody was able to take them off. April the 9th, we get new rain gear cosmetics, followed by a rain update, which, as you might have guessed, adds rain into the game. On May the 8th, the developer adds new music cosmetics, and the green leaves return. You can now also mute in-game items and disable particles if you get annoyed easily. Unfortunately, this is where things go dark. Apart from some small hotfixes, the game wasn't getting any updates. The community had mixed thoughts. Some people made videos saying the game is dead. Some were saying the game is slowly dying and that Lemming should put more effort into the game or hire a team and stop working alone, while others were being patient, saying people were spoiled with updates and don't understand that the developer has a life outside of the game. Turns out, the developer had to take a small break. On June the 20th, he said he doesn't like discussing personal things, but his dad has been sick for a while and has only been getting worse. July the 18th brings us one of the biggest updates ever. We get a ton of new summer cosmetics and a temporary new game mode called Battle. The developer wanted to test it out before fully releasing it. On August the 8th, Lemming finally decides to hire a team. This is massive news, and it means they will now be able to make more updates to the game and hopefully faster than before. And that's where we are today. The game currently sits at 4.5 million players. What do you think about the game? Let us know in the comments below.